Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. Happy Easter to everyone. Today's reading, I'm using the Druid Oracle Tarot deck along with Sibylla and Divina to clarify. This is an eye-opening reading, okay? I've asked some serious questions. I've posed some serious questions to the cards. There's something that's on my mind. I just want to say this. I don't know. I want to blast somebody. I want to blast my own kin, my own relatives, my own kin. You guys who follow me know that there was a couple of years back, maybe it was the first year of Trump's presidency, that there was a big fallout at the family Thanksgiving due to a older brother of mine whom I had so much respect for and admired so much in terms of his intelligence and how he's transformed his life. I really admire my brother. But my brother is a Trumpster. Blacker than this board and a Trumpster. Yep. And you can't tell him otherwise. And I found out yesterday, overheard that he was celebrating Easter with some friends at his house. So he was entertaining. So I don't know what to say. I'm appalled. The level of brainwashing of these Republicans. You guys should check out The Family on Netflix. I think there's a lot of truth to that documentary. Check out The Family on Netflix. And know that these Trumpsters may not all be practicing social distancing. Okay? My brother is an ER nurse. His wife works in the ER as well. So how can two very smart people be so stupid? It's in the mental programming and the conditioning. That's what we're dealing with, and that's how deep it is. Now, the questions that I posed to the cards today are the following. What are the origins of the virus? Was it artificially man-made or naturally created? Why has Trump reacted in the manner that he has in regards to this pandemic? Which is kind of obvious, right? You know, what were his obvious reasons? But what are also his deepest, darkest reasons and ulterior motives and feelings about its effect on the world, humanity, his country, and also his actions thus far? I want to look into that. And why did the divine creator, God, the force, the universe, whatever you call it, even allow this pandemic? And I'm not trying to ask one of those silly, innocent little kid questions. You know, why does God allow kids to be born handicapped? Okay, we all know these things happen. That's just part of of living. That there are difficulties some of us come in with, and it's about individual lessons that we all have to overcome and evolve through. So I'm not really asking why did he allow this pandemic. What I really want to know is, what's the higher purpose behind it? What purpose will it serve in his grand design? And what are we to learn from this whole experience that we're having right now? So I'm hoping to answer these questions and more with this reading. And I'm wishing you all a happy, safe distancing Easter. This reading is going to be exclusively airing on my Patreon channel right now. And the link to my Patreon channel is in the description box below. If you would like to know the answers to the questions I have posed to the cards, please join me on Patreon and support this channel, as this channel has been suppressed. And I need your support. Also, anyone who's donating to the channel and requesting this reading, donating at least $5, guys, and requesting this reading, I will, gladly send you a link and thank you for your support. That being said, don't click off yet. I'm going to give you a little snippet of what this reading is going to entail. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy on YouTube, and please share this link with your friends who are like-minded. So, to start the reading, in this section here, we have the Star and the Lovers, clarified by the Enemy and Infantilism reversed. Oops. I thought I had my board ready. Hold on. There we go. Thought I had my board ready to go. Of course. So we have the Star, the Lovers, Infantilism reversed. Okay, this is how it's read. So the Star and the Lovers upright. The Star can represent foreign distance energies, on high, heavenly energies, right? Universal energies, higher intelligence, divine guidance. It has a divine meaning to it. It adds divine energy to whatever it's next to. And there's some sort of deep divine connection going on here that's not earthly, right? It's heavenly or foreign or distant. That tells me right off the bat, because the Star card provides the solution and the answer, that this was artificially made. But by who? And we got clarified by the Enemy card. And why? Why? The Star can represent, like I told you, foreign, distant energies, or energies from a heavenly realm or origin. So on the one hand, you got some choices here in the Lover's card. You could say that it was created by God. Yes, everything was created by God. We're all created by God. And everything is part of God's plan. So it has that origin. You could also say that it was created by aliens or extraterrestrials, right? You laugh or you scoff at that. I laugh and scoff, but, not really. Not really. Only because I've been conditioned to laugh and scoff at it. Getting a Zachariah Stitchin feeling here. Okay? Getting a little Zachariah Stitchin feeling here. Just a little background on Zachariah Stitchin. He wrote some books. I forget what they're called. 12 Planets, I think. And it talks about the origins of mankind, how we were of earthly origin, but we were chemically transformed in a lab by aliens to more suit their needs in terms of like being their slaves. And there are actual Sumerian tablets, which are older than the Bible, that translated tell that story. But there's a lot of controversy behind that, but I'm sure a lot of it has been planted. A lot of it makes sense. But then some of it, I don't know, I don't agree with. So I'm torn about it. But I'm getting the Zachariah Stitchin feeling here, because one of the things he describes is the paradise that Adam and Eve lived in, Eden. And one of the stories in the book is that Eden was the lab for the first experiments, the first Adam and the first Eve. And that they were chemically altered, their DNA was altered. So I always get the feeling of healing, a place of rejuvenation, a place where solutions are found and created. So I'm getting a lab feeling from this and the whole Adam and Eve story. So you get my Zachariah Stetchen reference. Now you understand where I'm coming from, because I know I'm going about it in a long way. So you could say this was created possibly by the aliens or extraterrestrials and picking that up. Or you could say this was created by a foreign, distant nation. Maybe a triad. And this is part of their agenda. So I think that we do have three choices here. There's three energies in the Lover's card, and Lover stands for choices and decisions. But I think we can rule one of those choices out. Originally from the story of Adam and Eve, which this Lover's card depicts, the third party would be the snake rather than a deer. I've never heard of a deer in the story of Adam and Eve. The third party depicted should be a snake, but in this particular deck, it's a deer. Now, the snake is wily and tempting. He tempted Eve and Adam to do something of carnal nature that would make them as wise as God or the gods, according to Zachariah Stetchen, as the gods. But I digress. Let me get back to this card. Instead of a snake, we have a deer here, looking on. And this sweet, innocent deer lovingly and allowingly watches nature take course. Right? So I think this deer represents God rather than the devil, which the snake would represent, or Satan. I think this deer is representing God, whose nature is good, kind, and allowing. He has given us free will. He created us and gave us free will to allow man to explore and to create and to evolve back into his higher nature in his divine timing. So I believe this is God here. And it's him looking down on this situation and allowing it to play out, allowing it to happen, because it's part of life. I do not feel that this is God's plan for us or his will for us. I don't think that this virus was naturally created or was sent upon us like a plague. It is a plague, but I don't think it's God sent. Although I do feel it has some divine origins or connections, see, along with foreign ones. So, like I said, this star card can represent to me a place of healing and transformation and rejuvenation, a hospital, a lab, a place where solutions are found. And I'm just getting a temperance vibe, the tarot card, the temperance, the vibe of mixing solutions here. The solutions have been mixed, then created, and they're being poured out upon the earth and poured out upon unsuspecting man. Right? I had it set up like this. I just wanted you to see the detail of a card. It's being poured out upon the unsuspecting man, and the enemy is lying in wait. So I'm just trying to be dramatic and illustrate this for you. The enemy clarifies the star, which tells me that the virus or the solution created came from a negative foreign place for a negative solution to trip man up, to make him fall weak, and die. So that ominous changes and transformation, a strategy, can take place. But there is a divine connection here, a strong one. I can't ignore, but I don't read dead people, and I don't read extraterrestrials. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, and I don't feel it's safe to do that. So I don't read. I did once. I read about Prince, but I don't read people who have passed over anymore. And I don't read about extraterrestrials, so don't ask me what the alien agenda is. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't want to know. But I know that there's good people and bad people, and there's probably good aliens and bad aliens. That's not what we're talking about here, but there could be an unearthly connection involved. Let's just leave it at that. The enemy is a bad person or energy. Placed in your path, secretly, he is hidden, an invisible enemy. You don't see him. And it was placed, purposely designed, and placed and sent. It also represents a rival who's full of grudges and secrets. And I get the red cloak here, and I think Russia. Or someone else. But it's definitely someone who's full of grudges and secrets. This is deliberately given and sent and poured upon man unsuspectingly. The Lovers represents a major choice or decision made, or when made, will alter not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Infantilism clarifies the Lover's card here. Because infantilism is a negative card, right? This little girl has accidentally strolled upon her dead dog. Boy, what a shock. It's not a good card. So this tells me, since this is clarifying the Lovers, that this isn't love making going on. Someone deeply connected with foreign energies, or let's just say foreign energies, and the collective innocence, us, man, are getting seriously fucked here. This isn't lovemaking. We're getting seriously fucked here. That's what the card is telling me. We are getting seriously fucked here. Someone in this connection is getting seriously fucked. Because there's blackmail involved in this connection. There's blackmail in the enemy card. I read in layers. I'm reading different levels of energies, the collective right now, and other things. Okay, all at the same time. There is much loss in morale of the collective due to the loss of life and unpleasant news being told to us. The star can stand for large outputs of people, the whole public, the whole world, the universe. Large outputs of people getting fucked, right? Dealing with death. And there's also much loss of the collective due to the loss and unpleasant news and large outputs of money being squandered. This card tells me that this is a reality check for all of us about our leader, about our world, but mainly about our leader who's proven how inadequate he is to handle this serious situation. Instead, he chooses to act in a spoiled and arrogant manner, including these Republicans, some of these Republicans who refuse to do the social distancing, who refuse to govern their land in the proper way. And they are escaping their responsibilities because they're not adequate to handle it. Also, the squandering of time and resources are reflected in this card.